Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and today we're continuing the leveling journey on the new account that we set up in the previous episode, which you should check out if you haven't already. Some of the footage early on in this episode still has no microphone recording because of the issues I discussed in the previous episode, so I'm just going to narrate over what we did and then let live commentary Vlad yap your ear off later on. Anyway, having reached level 40, we were able to unlock the Warband Bank, so I paused fiending over thorium and arcane crystals and went over to Tenaris, where you do those quests. We won't make much use of the Warband Bank just yet, but I figured I'd just get it out of the way while I'm mindlessly grinding. While I was in Gadgetsan, I decided to stomp through the Thunderdome quests, I think that's what they're called, for some easy EXP and then get back to more ka-ching sounds and dopamine. Shortly after that, we grinded enough to hit level 50, so we did another dungeon. This time it was the Blood Maul Slag Mines, and other than the ticklish situation where I had to lay on hands, the dungeon was fairly uneventful, as most time-walking dungeons are. Once we finished it, I decided it was time to improve our bag situation a little, because your boy was struggling to fit all that thorium into the Exile's Reach bags. For some reason, I just decided that I wouldn't spend gold on bags, but instead would try to get bags from either drops from rares, or ones that could just be found as treasures in the open world. I don't know, man, don't ask me. The first bag I thought of was the Goat's Tote from Totes. Toad's Tote is the goat. No, I'm not having a stroke, you are. That plan failed, unfortunately, because I couldn't be bothered doing the BFA questline to the point where I could unlock travel to Kolteras. Next on the list was a treasure on the Dragon Isles. Since I didn't do the questline in Valdraken, I couldn't just teleport there, so I had to take the Zeppelin ship thingy and go from there. We looted the bag from behind a waterfall. That's right, gamers, this time they actually did put something behind a waterfall. It's not a fake out. At this point, I realized it was hard to see just how many bag slots I had, so I lightened up the inventory window a little to see it better. The next two bags on my list both required me to have access to Kazalgar, which I obviously didn't have at my current level. So I just moved on to the next thing that can help me with my inventory, and that was making a bank character. Ideally, I would have made it a goblin, but I really didn't feel like going through either the Exile's Reach or the goblin starting area, so I just made an orc instead. With Defnot Bank created, we had to just get our butt to Orgrimmar to start posting things to the auction house. Once we parked the bank character there, we sent over some gold and anything that was worth putting on the auction house. I decided to not post the thorium at the time, as the bars were worth more than the ore, so I could just squeeze a little bit more gold out of it by smelting the thorium. Everything else, though, we posted to the auction house. We used Trade Skill Master to make that go nice and quick by just spamming the post button and only skipping the thorium ore. I love Trade Skill Master. Imagine having to think, disgusting, couldn't be me. Now, since I sent back the thorium ore to be smelted into bars, I went over to the mining trainer and learned how to do that. We then sat there and smelted 698 thorium ore into bars, because f*** any kind of time efficiency, that's why. And just to double down on that, we're continuing the thorium grind, because of course we are. After hitting 60, it was time for yet another time-walking dungeon, Grimrail Depot. We managed to get some juicy pulls at the start where I used Divine Toll and regular Avenger shields to interrupt the technicians so they don't stun us. And again later in the train where I managed to live through some obnoxious damage by using the Trouble Bubble, because when you're in trouble, you better bubble. With that dungeon completed, we can let live commentary Vlad take over, because at this point in my recording session, I realized that I had the microphone issue and fixed it. Alright guys, it's time for the first haul from the bank character. This isn't everything I currently have to sell, but I don't know if I sold everything or not. What I do know is that I'm very happy that I see these. I don't know how much I've just made. I think I just saw the arcane crystal sell, so this is gonna be, oh yeah, look at that, 8.3k gold, just like that. Oh yeah. Okay, well, the first things first, we're gonna get some bags. We're gonna go send some bags to our other character as well. What I'm going to buy is I'm gonna buy Wilder cloth bags, hold on, containers, Wilder cloth bag, and we're going to buy 3 of these. That's 3, and then the other bag that is 34 slots is a Weaver cloth bag. We're getting one of those. The reason I get that is so that I have a nice square inventory, or well, rectangle, whatever. And then we get a reagent bag. We need a couple of these. Kinda don't need the bigger ones. I think I'm gonna go for 2 smaller ones, because I'm not gonna be gathering that many reagents, so I may as well just get the smaller ones for cheaper. There we go. That makes me very, very happy. So you'll notice that I haven't bought any bags for my main character, and I think that's fine. The main character will have to just figure it out and get those free bags that are bigger than this anyway. And now one more bag, and I do believe that leads, yeah, look at that, perfect, just, perfect, full row, no nonsense, love it. Now there is no smaller bag than simply stitched reagent bag. So if I could, I would skip and get one that's 30 slots and just not have this, but oh well. So this thing I do want to send to my character because there's no reagent bag that I can get, which my character is Wirruk. I'm going to send this, and we're going to send 7,116 gold, 49 silver, and 31 copper. Send. That leaves us with 500 gold on this character, and we're going to chill now. I'm so happy. So the crystals all sold, and it worked out quite well. Apparently, I already have more mail from the auction house, so that's something. But I don't really care because what I really want to check is Wirruk and his loot. So I don't have a mailbox toy. I don't have a mailbox mount. So I have to fly over there, which I think is fine. I'm just going to fly over there and check that real quick. And after I check it, I'm just going to send more stuff to that character. I may even put these to smelt while I do something else. Although honestly, smelting them takes quite a while. And at this point, it's not a big difference in price. It's less than a gold difference in price, it feels like, or just like a gold and a half difference in price. And that is not worth my time, so I'm just going to send them as they are. We just vendor crap that I don't want to auction, which is mostly these gems and the dense stone as well. I don't really care about. Then we grab the reagent bag. This will also simplify how we sort all of our loot and stuff, so that's going to be nice. And Def Not Bank gets all of these things. There we go. Actually, let me just check true silver. I do believe I can smelt true silver. Let me just switch over to classic. And true silver bars are 3 gold 25. Yeah, they're literally true silver ore is more expensive than the things. I'm just going to send the ore to be sold, which is wonderful. Send mail to Def Not Bank. We're going to send all of these again because we don't need any of this. We're gathering this just to sell it. And we're also going to send the thorium bars now, which is going to be wonderful. Now I'm going to slap these down here because they're reagents. And all new reagents that I gather are just going to fill in over here. And this will be nice and empty for other crap. Now you'll notice it is a smaller bag, but that's because, like I said, I want to get the free bags that are going to be 34 slots, and that'll be fine. So yeah, we're doing well. We have 9.4k gold overall. We do have portals coming up. I would like to get a 36 slot bag from the portal from the, what are those called? The goblins, the treasure goblins. That would be super cool. So I'm going to gather a little bit more and go check and see if I can get something from those goblins. If not, well, at least we're getting the currency needed to get those transmogs. Oh, funny thing. I just realized that for most of the day today, I had been recording and doing like commentary and stuff, but I didn't realize that my microphone wasn't actually registered correctly in my recording software because I moved and some sockets changed, like I used different USBs, and that means that my microphone wasn't being recorded, and I basically just have raw footage of me running around doing shit instead of having footage of me running around doing shit and talking about it. So voiceover Vlad is going to have his work cut out for him for this series, I think. I hope you guys don't mind too much. I'm going to go ahead and soak this because I don't think it's a good idea to let that keep going. All right, well, we got Belial's Soulstone, so we get this pet. We got the Little Lord of Lies, very cute. And let's see, do we get anything from this? We get some vendor crap, so that's not exactly exciting. But luckily, on the loot tab, we can see that we got another 12 Hellstone shards, which I think is nice. But yeah, massive bummer about the lack of commentary. I'm going to do my best to kind of try to just talk about everything I talked about succinctly in the voiceover thing that I do for this. I now don't know if this is going to be 1 episode or 2 episodes or what this is at this point, and it's going to take me a lot longer to edit this. So yeah, future Vlad, editing Vlad, have fun with that. But the goal stays the same. We're going to try and hit level 70 and then do some more dungeons. Now, one thing that I did notice is that my item level is laughably low. It's 159. I think part of that will be fixed once I reach 70. I'm going to buy myself some trinkets that you can equip at level 70 that are actually 584 item level. That alone will boost my item level by a lot, but I'll still be wearing mostly really shitty gear. Like this is 186 item level. This is 54 item level, stuff like that. All of that is excruciatingly bad. Like that is genuinely just pathetic item level. Mostly that is because I've been just flying around in Silithas collecting ore instead of doing some dungeons or maybe even quests to increase my EXP gain and also my gear gain. So yeah, not exactly the greatest leveling method. I'm gonna kind of struggle through the 71 to 79 AD bracket because of that, because the scaling gets pretty rough there if you don't have any gear, to my experience at least. So I think what I'll do once I reach 70 is I'm going to, instead of just go into more dungeons or whatever, I'm going to do the quest line, or at least the start of the quest line that has you blow up Dalaran. Well, you don't blow up Dalaran, but Dalaran blows up. Spoiler, I guess, if you haven't done the War Within. But I'm going to do that bit. Ka-ching, yes, very much so. And I think there you get like 408 item level gear, which is going to be a godsend to me at 159 item level. So yeah, there's that. That's kind of the plan. So anyway, here's back to grinding these. Let me just switch my flight style back to regular old flight style and also switch to Crusader Aura so I can move around a little quicker. I actually just got a blue drop off of this elite that I killed. That's kind of crazy. And it's actually useful. It is plate. That's amazing. An upgrade to some greens that I have from, I think, Dragonflight quests. That is very nice. I didn't know that shit kind of dropped. I mean, I knew it dropped. I didn't expect it. What I would have really liked was maybe a necklace or, you know, some other worse piece. My boots were kind of decent compared to the rest of this stuff, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. And ring-a-ding-ding-a-ling, level 70. Let me just double check that my microphone's being recorded. It is. Very good. Sorry, I'm traumatized now. But I think I can grab the scroll and just use that to get back to Orgrimmar. Let me just grab this last little bit of thorium. There it goes. So I guess one thing that I could do is I could go get the Pride of the Sindori. Wait, is there a portal directly to Silvermoon? I'm going to assume that there isn't, but what I can do is I can teleport to... Yeah, there's no teleport to Silvermoon directly, but there is one in Zuldazar, so I can take the portal to Zuldazar and then I can fly from there. Oh, wait, no, there is one to Silvermoon. Why is there one to Silvermoon? I don't get it. Whatever, I'll take it. And then here we can chit-chat with our guy, Lorthamar Theron, and he can give us a cool transmog set. Very cool. Oh no, this is a quest line. Yeah, what did I get myself into? Well, anyway, we have a talent point to spend. I'm going to spend it on the Eye for an Eye, and we're going to try and use Ardent Defender as much as possible, and I guess Bubble as well. And we have CDR for days for that stuff. So that concludes the part where we get, whatchamacallits, regular talents, and now we got to focus on hero talents. But the idea right now is I am going to do one run, I guess, after I finish up this quest and get my transmog, and then after that one run where we still have somewhat beneficial scaling working for us, 188 item level, by the way, absolutely insane. Hold on, there's an auction house here. This is going to be a bit scatterbrained, but we're going to go to the auction house. Once we buy those trinkets, I think that'll bump up our item level by a significant amount because we literally just don't have any equipped. So, you know, every little bit helps. I'm hoping they're not much more expensive here than they are on EU. Hold on, trinket filter 70 to 70. Oh, this is perfect. They're even cheaper here. Okay, awesome. 584. We're gonna get the one that increases, randomly gives us stats. Yep, there we go. And we're going to get the one that gives us 1,000,000 HP, because that could be like an extra defensive if necessary. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, oh, there's a mailbox. I'm not used to the Silvermoon City layout. I know that there's banks over there, so I assumed that the mailbox was there, but that's not the case. The mailbox is right here. I'm going to grab these, and that is going to be one hell of an increase in item level. Look, that was 41 item level, I think, and another bunch of item level. That is very nice. We're going to put that on shift 2. Get rid of this ability off the bars. I have that key bound over the macro, and I think that's it. Now, one thing I need to fix is I need to replace this, so I may as well do that right now while I'm still thinking about it. What I want to do is DNV Paladin, DNV Prot Paladin, above bar, and Holy Bulwark. Now, load condition for this should be hero talent, and if I have this talent, then it should load. I'm going to make a new aura, pre-made icon, small icon, cooldowns. Is there a Shield of the Righteous? Can I find that? There it is. Cool. Cooldown tracking, Shield of the Righteous, Prot Pala, just so that differentiated. And copy settings, display, paste settings, paste display settings. There we go. And that places it right here where we want it. I think that's great. Just going to quickly go to conditions and add this. So I want it to be a little bit transparent when I cannot use it due to cooldown and or insufficient resources. So right now, when I don't have enough holy power, I can't use it. And then if I have enough holy power, it's going to light up and I'll be able to use it. Bam. There we go. I think that's quite nice. What I will do, however, is I am going to go over to load conditioned hero talent and then make it so this only loads when I don't have holy bulwark. If I have holy bulwark, I want that to be loaded instead. Okay, that's taken care of. That's been bothering me because I have that empty spot pretty much the entire time I was leveling. Okie dokie. So we have these spawning in soon, in 6 minutes. I sincerely doubt I can make this quest happen in 6 minutes, but let's give it a shot. Let me see if I can actually fly over there with a flight path. Maybe that's faster than riding there. I can't do shit. Okay, no, we're gonna have to run there, I guess.
A few moments later.
That enough of them, and now I need to interact with this. Right, there we go. All right, the Orgrimmar portal is active right now. I think I actually felt died to fall damage there. We're gonna use this. I don't really care. I want to get to Orgrimmar right now before I forget. This is actually gonna work out because we can then teleport to Silvermoon again and then run to the quest zone that is someone close to Silvermoon. It's not optimal, but I'm just glad that I get to do another goblin before I go to sleep. I think I'm switching flight style to dragon riding now, or sky riding, whatever, which is faster, which is good because I want to get there quickly. I don't actually have any of those little affix adding items, so hopefully other people add affixes to it so that multiple goblins spawn and we get more shit.
You are not prepared.
And Illidan says I'm not prepared because, you know, this thing drops him out. Somebody's inviting me to a group. Sure, bro. Thanks. I don't think we need to do that, but it's whatever. All right, that's one goblin down. Oh, I got the nightmare banner. And I got the armor 23 thing. Whatever, man. Okay, that's the second one. There's a third one over there. We got Wirt's haunted leg. That's nice. And we get the banner toy. Cool. And we get Mongoose's grand charm, avoidance. Okay. Wait, where's the one I had before? Did I vendor that, or what happened to it? I thought I had one of these from before that gave me like versatility. Oh, duration 2 hours. I get it. Okay, never mind. Well, anyway, we didn't get shit from that, so that was kind of worthless. But actually, no, I haven't opened these yet, so I can't say. Yes, now I can officially say we haven't gotten shit from that. So it's whatever. Let's go back to Silvermoon and finish up this transmog quest line. Okay, while I'm going through here, what I can do is I can go over to the mount vendor over there and just buy all the mounts, because then mount number go up, and mount number go up make happy chemicals. Let me just real quick hop over here and just grab all of these. Since we're a blood elf, we can just get these. We don't need to be exalted or anything like that. And I may as well vendor the trash that I have in my inventory now. There we go. Mount number went up by a little bit. It makes me happy. Mount number is now 24, which is not that amazing, but I did start playing on this account basically yesterday, so I think this is fine. We even have a cool mount. I mean, look at this thing. And we have the twerks a lot.
One eternity later.
Oh, do I just need to kill Budget Marrowgar? If I just need to kill Budget Marrowgar, I'm kind of okay with it. All right, let's do this. He's almost dead. Please just let me finish that, and then is that it? Do I need to do more to defend? Nope. Thank goodness. Where am I supposed to turn this in? Okay, this is to Silvermoon City. Get me out of here. I don't care about the RP. I just want to go to sleep. Honestly, I'm not even going to do the dungeon. I'm too tired. This quest line took way too long. It took like 40 minutes. I was expecting it to be done in like 10. But hey, at least I got cool transmog, right? Please tell me this is cool transmog. It doesn't even have a weapon and shield. Oh, that kind of sucks. Yeah, there's just slippers. Really? I did all this for fucking slippers? Jesus. Here, have some movement speed, fellow Paladin. You look like you could use it. Alright, well that was, I feel, a gigantic waste of time. But let's see what the transmog looks like now. I also need to figure out a shield and a weapon that are going to work with that. But one problem at a time, okay? Sets. Really? It doesn't even show up here? Okay. Maybe it's under extra. There it is. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's a thing. Cool. This is yeah, it's one of the sets of all time for sure. Yeah, I literally have nothing that even remotely matches the vibe that we have here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and use recruits sturdy plate or whatever. Actually, just the grunt setup that we had before. We'll just go for that. And So now we know that we completely wasted 40 minutes of our time that could have been used for something more productive. But we did get half a level of EXP, so that's not nothing. Honestly, the questline did give a good chunk of EXP. But I think I'm gonna go sleep, and then in the morning I'll record a run, and then we'll do the questline in Dalaran that goes to the War Within. So the War Within questline, we'll get that started. Try to get some gear, and then we'll figure it out from there. And that's pretty much it for this episode, friends. My apologies for the abrupt end. I actually have a lot more footage ready to be edited, but I ran out of time because these voiceover edits take a lot more of my time to get through. Luckily, I have fixed my microphone issue with my recording software, so this shouldn't be an issue in the future. If you still had fun with this episode, make sure you like and subscribe because there's more coming. Leave the phrase trouble bubble in the comments so I know you watched the whole video. You get extra brownie points if you know what series that phrase is originally from. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.